The world is a stage, and all are merely players. Thanks for stopping by, and welcome to Stir Up Your Purpose channel. If you love the content of this channel, please don't forget to subscribe. The more I study and apply myself, the more the words of Shakespeare rings true. He said, "All the world is a stage, and all the men and women, not some, but all, are merely players. They have their exits and their entrances, and one man in his time plays many parts." The parts are states that a person can fall into. States are like containers that have fixed attributes and characteristics. When a person falls into any of these innumerable states, he has no choice but to act out the characteristics or attributes of that state. Let me repeat this because it is very important. When a person falls into any of these innumerable states, he has no choice but to act out the characteristics or attributes of that state. Just like an actor or an actress who plays out his or her role beautifully. He does not question the role but portrays the characteristics of the role to the letter. For example, a man or a woman who occupies the state of poverty, whether poverty of character or poverty of finances, if given something contrary to that state, such as wealth, that person before long will gravitate to its natural state of being. Poverty mindset will and must produce its kind, no matter the changes on the outside, without a corresponding change on the inside of that person. Many are glued like cement into the state that they do not like, and they are not aware of this fact. They keep repeating the same thing over and over and wonder, what is the matter with me? All efforts to change things on the outside yield the opposite result. They are not aware that the content of the state they occupy dictates what they are getting. They are compelled to play the part that the role dictates. Now, question for you, my friend. Do you like the part that you are playing, or do you admire the part that another is playing and think they are superior or have some kind of gift that you do not have? Forget that thought. Now, you might ask, can someone move from one state to another? Yes, this is possible, but it takes understanding and awareness of the workings of the mind. The key here is to understand that each person is playing a part, and without this awareness, the individual will dance to the swings of the part and the influence of the race mind. An awakening must happen on the inside. Just like in the parable of the prodigal son, in the story, a father has two sons. The younger son asks for inheritance from his father, who grants his son's request. This son, however, is prodigal. That is in a wasteful and extravagant state, thus squandering his fortune and eventually becoming destitute until the day he awoke. The realization must come from within, and then movement to another state can take place. There are numerous states or paths: wealth, joy, peace, success, corruption, malice, you name it. They are all states, and anyone can consciously or unconsciously enter these states and play the parts like good actors that the content of that state dictates. In closing, I want to indicate that the being that we are is perfect and only appear as falling into states in this 3D world of virtual reality. And when we are aware of this, and if our world seems to reflect that which we do not want, for example, if it seems that people do not like us, or we seem to always attract the wrong people, one only needs to realize that they are in a state and do not need to complain or fight the state, but contemplate that which they want, and feeling the reality of that which they want, the world will rearrange itself because of this new state of being. This is simple and uncomplicated process. The command is, in all your getting, get understanding. Understanding comes through study, practice, and discipline. This then shows up in our life as experiences. And if we are self-aware, those experiences are lovely and of good report. Yes, all the world is a stage, and all the men and women, not some, but all, are merely players. They have their exits and their entrances, and one man in his time plays many parts. Which part are you playing to your success? Your friend, Ade, and see you soon.